One of the questions I have is, why is the Black community so hesitant to seek the help we ever so desire? We're not exempt, but
Yeah, I actually did a talk on this morning. That's why I'm smiling so hard.
oh, okay.
I had a talk with the library system out of New York this morning, and we were talking about the history of this, why the stigma exists. And so, real quickly, I'll just kind of summarize. I know that a lot of people tell us you need to go to therapy, you need to get help, but I also think we need to understand the history and the context of therapy and why we are so hesitant is rooted in a lot of our history, in that psychology, actually the mental health field actually started from white male physicians, and it's a medical model in which the mental health field was built on. And so if you think about the ways that Black bodies were treated in the medical system, then that'll give you some idea as to what kept us out of the mental health system. Those same
Yes.
people were in the mental health field. Also, fast forward to 1949, the Harlem Project was one of the introductory efforts to try to engage Black people with mental health services. But the Harlem Project was solely around helping juveniles, helping children not
Mm-hmm.
become juvenile delinquents. So when
Mm.
you pair mental health with criminality, then what you're saying is that Black folks are criminals and we need to save them. So there's still this savior type of complex associated with the mental health field, and associated with, we need to help these parents become right type of parents so that these children won't go to jail. It never has been about, well, it didn't start out being about helping Black folks become well. It came about helping Black folks either not go to jail or helping Black folks become law abiding Americans, because we were
Yes.
kind of thought about as having the inability to be law abiding Americans. Black people were. If we weren't white, we were thought that we couldn't
Yes.
be law abiding Americans. And then, so that's in 1949, but I want to take our minds back to
Hmm.
1851 as well, when
Okay.
Samuel Cartwright actually coined the term drapetomania to diagnose Black folks with a mental illness if they wanted to escape their white owners. So you have
Mm.
all of this deep, rich history associated with the mental health field and
Yes.
with working with physicians. We can even go to the Tuskegee experiment. The
Yes.
mistrust that
Yes.
is there is
Mm-hmm.
heavy. And so think about what those people, our ancestors, experienced and what that narrative was that they passed down. It's not
Mm.
easy to go seek help from somebody whose intention is really not to help you. And that
Exactly.
trust that's there, or that mistrust that's there, lingers. And we don't pass along, we'll pass along some good traditions and that kind of thing, but we know the way gossip spreads and the way negativity spreads, we're going to
Yes.
hold on to those things that are more negative and hurtful towards us than anything, and we're going to pass that down for protective purposes. So a lot of the stigma and apprehensive of going to mental health was to protect us.
Right.
Now we can let that go a little bit, but it's still very heavy.
Oh yes, it's very heavy, and I like that you brought up the Tuskegee Airmen. You brought us way back. That's
Mm-hmm.
Tuskegee experiment. Excuse me,
Yeah.
Tuskegee experiment. I heard about that, and I did some research on it. Talked about it during one of my shows in the past. And it's ever so important to know our history so we can know why we are the way we are right now in the
Mm-hmm.
present tense. We don't go back to reading about books such as the Medical Apartheid, for example, that's telling you how slaves were treated back in the day.